And now we have MCQ for you. That's My Crypto Queries, where you send in your queries and our expert answered it for you. And we have Ajit Khurana, founder of Flexical, here with us. And we'll begin with all the queries that we've got on Instagram. DK is asking, will the losses from Luna be recovered? If you can unmute yourself, Mr. Khurana. We've had a long discussion about Luna here, but now I really wanted to go to the specifics of our audience. Specific questions. DK is asking, will the losses be recovered?
I think that it is very unlikely that all the losses will be recovered, but after they start the allocations beginning tomorrow, you may be able to recover a significant part of it.
Right. Next question we have from the handle called the Korean Lang. Is there any way to save tax on crypto? What about decentralized exchanges?
So if you are an Indian resident and subject to Indian tax, there is no method, scheme to do it short of doing tax evasion. For example, when you talk about decentralized exchange, you are basically saying, I'll make profits, but I'll not tell anyone. So I have saved tax. That is not tax saving, that is tax evasion. There is, however, one method that some people are using. It may not be applicable to most of you, but you should know what the big boys are doing. A lot of people are relocating abroad and thereby changing their residency from India to another residency and probably booking profits there, which may or may not be subject to Indian taxation.
But then if you're an Indian citizen and trading on an international exchange, you still have to file your taxes here.
Let's call it Indian tax resident, because citizenship, we don't tax on citizenship but on residency. So if you're an Indian tax resident and you trade wherever, decentralized exchange, foreign based exchange, whatever, you are completely liable for tax in India.
Yeah, sure. And then we have Shashank Kapoor also, who has a video question for us. Have a look.
Your views on the long-term value of cryptocurrencies, A, as a currency, and B, as an investable product, considering the recent volatility and overall volatility of this entire product?
I'm almost jealous on seeing the background that he had, but anyway, a very valid question.
Please be jealous of my plain background also, but answering his question directly, the fact is that if you look at February numbers, Facebook had around 1.9 billion daily active users. If you look at January numbers, all applications in crypto, Web3 put together, all put together had 2.4 million. So roughly speaking, you could say that if Web3 goes in the same direction as Web2, we easily have 1,000-fold growth possible in Web3, that is crypto, over the next decade. So the outlook for crypto, I would say, is very bright. Having said that, this does not mean that all cryptocurrencies will gain. For example, there have been few hundred social media setups that have come over the last 2 decades, but only Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and a few others made it. So the sector will do well, but make sure you bet on the right horses.
Sure. And last question we have from Ajinkya Manohar as well. And he's asking, is Solana going to improve?
That is a painful question, but a good question. See, all tokens fell, right? But while Bitcoin and Ethereum fell roughly 60% from their 52-week high, Solana has fallen roughly 85% from its 52-week high. So there is some special fall that we are seeing in Solana. If we understand why it is happening, 2 reasons. Reason number 1, the Solana blockchain has malfunctioned a few times in the recent past, which is it's unacceptable. If for a blockchain to malfunction is unacceptable. A specific application could malfunction, but a blockchain can't. Solana has done that. Second thing is that there was this dream that because Solana's transactions per second are far more than anything that anybody else can bring to the table as of today, people would rush to create apps. Both of those have turned out to be wrong. A malfunctioning blockchain and not a big rush to create new apps has dampened the party. It is still a party. Solana is still a good token. It has not failed. It is not a Luna. But now the optimism on it is relatively lower. So will it come back to its original price? No time soon. I think that people will still remain skeptical for some time.
But we shall definitely come back next week. That is Friday. But thank you so very much. That's all the time that we had for this segment.